Have you ever wondered why you get distracted? Why you pick up your phone and suddenly lose 20, 40, even 60 minutes without noticing? Why you reach the end of the day feeling busy but not productive? Or why the work that matters the most is the hardest to start? It's easy to assume that distractions are random or that you just need more discipline, motivation, or time. But the truth is, you're getting sucked into distractions by invisible patterns, emotional triggers, and energy fluctuations that you're not even aware of. The distractions themselves aren't the problem. Not knowing why you're getting pulled into them is the problem. Maybe you check your phone because you're lonely, or you end up scrolling because you're tired. Maybe you procrastinate because you're overwhelmed, but none of that becomes clear unless you track the emotion behind the distraction, the trigger, and the energy impact. Right now, the patterns are invisible to you, and invisible patterns can't be changed. That's why I built the distraction navigation system, a behavioral performance framework inside Notion that helps you reveal, understand, and change your distraction patterns in under 5 minutes a day. Here's how it works. Whenever you get distracted, you log it here. You pick the distraction, choose the emotional trigger, and track your energy before and after. The system also includes a pre-fill library of more than 80 Martin distractions, making it super simple to log what's going on and what's pulling your attention. So let's say you get sucked into LinkedIn. So what you can do is you can go to the pre-fill library, select LinkedIn, and then select Mark as active. So this automatically adds it to your list of active distractions. And then what you can do, which is a really cool part, is you can identify what's the emotional trigger behind the distraction. So you know what's happening. So let's say you check LinkedIn because you are sleepy and getting tired. So you select sleepiness as the emotional trigger. And then what you can do is you can select a focus recovery action. This is a quick action you can take to get back into focus and get out of the distraction. So one example is taking a stretch break. So whenever you start to feel tired, instead of checking LinkedIn, what you do is you take a quick stretch break. The other thing you can do here is you can track your energy fluctuations. So you can identify what's the energy level before the distraction happens and what's the energy level after the distraction happens. And then you can also add your own custom notes here too. So you can really personalize it and identify the pattern and be able to break the pattern. When you can actually see the emotional and behavioral patterns behind your distractions, it makes it much easier to break them. And you end up reclaiming hours of time and mental energy every single week. And then once a week, you can go in and do a weekly review. So you can go in here and do new weekly review, and it'll show you all your distractions that came up during the week. And then you can choose what was the dominant emotion behind these distractions. You can give yourself an energy score, a focus score, most effective recovery actions that worked for you, distraction patterns, what you learned, and what you need to adjust. And there's also a journaling section down here where you can go into more depth and detail. So you create that, and then it will show up under here in your weekly reviews. So you can really track what's going on week to week, what came up, and what you need to change. You can get the distraction navigation system below and start using it today.